pass across the formation is picked off, and Aiden O'Connell's going to flush him.
Nobody knows where it is. Now it's centered. Muir with a shot. Score!
Now down low to Lana McCarthy. Little spin move.
DeLeo of Bedford. She centers. Shot and score.
Aiden O'Connell puts the exclamation point on the game.
Connor down low. Trying to get it. Oh! Devin Mansfield!
Go, Devin Mansfield! From right on goal!
And welcome.
Good evening and welcome to the Bedford High, or to the Exeter High Gym, I should say, for tonight's Division I girls semifinal basketball game between the Bedford Bulldogs and the Portsmouth Clippers. I'm Lauren Fox, and alongside Harry Kozlowski, we will be bringing you all the action live from high above the court here at Exeter. Beautiful gym, hadn't been inside of it before, but Harry, Bedford still undefeated, but going up against a team that has been their nemesis year in and year out. Of course, there was BG. BG has been vanquished at this point. We don't have to worry about them anymore. But Portsmouth early on in this postseason has been, or in the season for Bedford, was their toughest opponent. The only one that really kept them under 10 points of a margin in the game.
Yeah, that regular season game in Portsmouth. Portsmouth led late. Bulldogs were able to eke out a 56-50 win. So that keeps them undefeated. However, this team knows how to play the Bulldogs. And I had a chance to talk to Coach Kevin Gibbs earlier today about that contest and the one previous one too. Let's listen to him.
We're speaking with Coach Kevin Gibbs of the Bedford girls basketball team, coming off a 74-32 quarterfinal win over Exeter last Friday, and now they face Portsmouth in the semis. Coach, let's look back at that Exeter game. It looks like your team really had no negative effect from having a bye.
Well, we did a little bit in the beginning, which was to be expected. Came out a little bit sluggish. Exeter was looking to slow us down a bit by playing zone, and of course we like to play up tempo. And we forced some things early, and even though the score spread pretty quickly, we didn't feel good about how we started, and we talked about it, and the girls adjusted very quickly and took care of business. Everybody had a chance to get some court time, and the seniors especially had an opportunity to play that last game on the home floor, which was really, really special.
Kate Allard led the way with 20 points. Lana McCarthy had 13, but I see that Mel McCarthy had 10 points herself. It seems that her role has been increasing as the season goes on.
Very much so. Mel, even though she's a freshman, she plays much older than that. We have seen increasingly as the season has gone on in practice what Mel is capable of doing. And, again, you want to make sure that kids aren't thrust into situations too soon so that they'll be overwhelmed. But especially since the first time we played Portsmouth earlier in the season, Mel's role has increased dramatically, and she's playing very confidently. She's become a tremendous rebounder and can score the ball as well, as you just noted. She provides us with a really great kick off the bench.
You're facing Portsmouth today, a team that you defeated 56-50 in the regular season, but it's also a team that gave you your toughest game of the year. What's it like when you face a formidable opponent a second time? How much is the same from the last game, and how much changes going into a playoff situation?
Well, first of all, it was a great matchup. As you may recall, went out to an early lead, a big early lead. I believe it was 21-3 at one point in the first quarter, and we perhaps took the foot off the pedal a little bit too soon in the second quarter. That and some foul trouble allowed them back into the game, and once you let a really good team know that they can play with you, it becomes a contest, and that's exactly what happened. That game was a real back and forth contest for most of the second half. As a matter of fact, they got their first lead, I'm going to say with about 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. They went up one on a three-point basket, and like within 10 seconds seconds, we came down, and Megan Muir, who has also really come on strong in the second half of the season, knocked down a 3 of her own, which put us up and kept the lead. Delilah Stein made some key steals and hit some key free throws down the stretch for us in that one. As far as what's different, the foundation as to what has allowed both teams to be successful is and will still be the same. However, when you play a team a second time, it's important to do 2 things. Number one, be conscious of some adjustments that they might make, and obviously make some adjustments yourself. So, having said that, we have made some adjustments on our side, especially offensively, some things that we want to throw in, and in addition to that, defensively that we want to throw in, and we anticipate them doing the same. I mean, when you have a team that's as well coached as Portsmouth is, it becomes a chess match, and you try to sit back and anticipate, all right, if I had their personnel, what would I do? And then you try to plan accordingly.
Coach, good luck tonight, and we'll speak to you again soon.
Thank you so much, and thank you for covering the game this evening.
And of course, that was Coach Kevin Gibbs alongside our very own Harry Kozlowski. And Harry, he mentioned several things in that conversation. One, it's almost like the Bulldogs made an acquisition mid-season, and some of the freshman players, notably Mel McCarthy, have seen more playing time, have really matured. We saw Mel the other night, he mentioned, scored 10. And with that, in that first game, when Lana McCarthy got into foul trouble, Bedford kind of circled the wagons a little bit. It made things difficult for them. And that was really when Exeter, or when Portsmouth, I should say, got back into that game, was when Lana got into early foul trouble. So when you have Mel who's able to spell Lana, that's going to make a big difference now for Bedford, too.
And don't forget Devlin McDonald, too. She's also a very capable player under the basket as well. Foul trouble is going to be a key in this game. When Bedford, obviously Bedford's perfect this year, but the times that they did get in trouble in games is when Lana McCarthy would pick up a couple of quick fouls in the first quarter, and she winds up on the bench. So I think that's something that Lana's got to be really careful with today, not get into trouble. And they're going to be targeting her.
I will say this, though. With the emergence of Mel, that's going to make less of a difference. And with this sort of inside-outside game the Bulldogs have played, the emergence of Sarah Muir is another one. It is a different team than Portsmouth would have seen. Portsmouth, 3 losses on the season, of course, 1 to Bedford, 1 to Londonderry, 64-62, and a blowout loss to Pinkerton, 74-53. With that said, we will stick around here at the Exeter High Gym as we play our nation's national anthem. About ready for tip-off here at the Exeter High Gym. Lauren Fox, Harry Kozlowski, Andrew Fenn, high up above
Exeter Gym.
Yes, I all of a sudden lost the audio. I'm a bit confused.
You are a little bit funky there. Hold on a second. We're going to have to fix your microphone. Make sure everything's hooked up. Try it again. Nope.
Yep. The 5 for the Bulldogs. Annie Annie Zink, Lila Stein, Sarah Muir, Kate Allard, and Lana McCarthy. And on the other side for Portsmouth, a lot of experience. Margaret Montplacer, the senior. Sid Pettis, a junior. Mackenzie Lombardi, a senior. Avery Romps, the senior guard. She scored 22 last time out against the Bulldogs. And Maddie McCannell, the senior for Portsmouth as well. So a very experienced starting five for the Clippers going up against Bedford. One note, too, by the way. Kate Allard scored 20 last time out. We had her with 18, but Gibbs said 20. So with that in mind, she is now 30 from 1,000 in her career. So we are rocking and rolling here. The Bulldogs on offense. Zink down low to Allard. She picks up a double team, kicks it to Muir on the baseline. Sarah, right hand, no good. Kate, the rebound, put back, and she can't get that one to fall. It's like there's a manhole covered on top of it. The rebound to Exeter, and dribbling back the other way is Romps. Romps with the right hand, near side to Lombardi. Lombardi kicks far side. The hand of Muir knocks it away, and it will be Portsmouth ball far side.
You might notice that Muir is wearing the clear face shield. She suffered an injury a few weeks ago. Wearing it as a precaution, it's not really affecting her game.
We made mention of Michael Crawford and Rip Hamilton both the other day, the Phantom of the Opera, and losing the ball as she falls to the ground. Pettis, and great job by Stein to hustle, pick it up for the Bulldogs, and Bedford needs to kind of just slow things down a little bit. To Zink, now up top to Sarah Muir. Sarah just getting collected a bit to Kate. Kate getting composed up top to Annie. Annie tried to kick, couldn't do it. Sarah Muir might have committed it over and back, got away with one. And now down low to Lana, double team, kicks to the corner to Kate with a head fake, scoreless early on, about a minute in. Annie's jumper, no good, catches nothing. And great job by Lila keeping the ball alive. Lana driving into the paint and loses the ball, tied up now. Somehow gets it to Annie Zink, who winds up saving it. If you're going to call the first one, not the second one.
That was a makeup call.
Yeah, that was obviously Revlon right there.
That was a makeup call. She might have been a little over the first time, but watch this right here on the replay.
Yeah, no,
she was not over the line.
Andrew, can you turn up my return just a little bit, please?
And lower mine, please.
Yes.
Thank you. You like it loud?
I like it a little bit loud. Well, I didn't control it, but I was just accepting it as fact. So we're still scoreless. A minute and a half in. Ball kicked far side to Romps. Crossover dribble now into the paint and winds up finding Montplacer. Now to the corner. Shot missed there by McCannell, and Bedford back the other way. And a long, dangerous pass by Stein. They say that it went off Portsmouth. It'll be Bedford ball near side.
Montplacer reached up and got a finger on that, sending it out of bounds. So possession stays with the Bulldogs.
6:49, or my math is bad. 6:11 left here in the first. Neither team has scored yet. A really odd footnote. Now back near side to Sarah Muir. Kicks far side to Kate Allard. Ball fake. And Kate thought about driving, thought better of it. The Portsmouth defense, the story in the early going. Muir goes to drive, loses the ball. And now Lila Stein dribbling into the paint. Might have gotten away with one. And might have gotten away with a travel, I should say. Ball knocked away by Portsmouth. It'll be Bedford ball underneath on the inbound. McCarthy to do it. 2:18 gone by here in the first, and we're scoreless. It's like a hockey game. Now down low to Lana with the left hand off the glass. It's good. She's fouled. Will go to the line. Try to complete the three-point play.
Bedford finally using the big gal underneath as the defense split underneath, got an opening to get the ball to her. She's able to get it into the bucket, and on the way up, she picks up the foul for the end one.
And Lana's free throw, no good. Rebound, Kate fighting for it, somehow procures it. Up top, Lila, now near side, Sarah. Open three for Sarah, off the back iron, no good. And ball knocked away there by Portsmouth on the fight for the rebound. Kate tied up by Montplacer, and on that jump ball, it will be Portsmouth ball underneath. We're on radio tonight, correct?
Yes, we are.
All right, you're back from Vegas. No more Sheryl
Vegas,
Crow
baby.
references.
No.
Yep. Harry, a big winner in Vegas over the weekend. I don't know if I'm just joking. Bedford leads 2-0. Dressed in their whites with black numbers and red trim. Portsmouth, maroon and gold with white numbers and letters. Gold trim, I should say. That one, a right hand off the glass by Montplacer. Knots it up 2 apiece, 3 minutes gone by. McCarthy, a J from the baseline, feathery. And she's got 4. The Bulldogs lead 4-2. That's not what you expect from Lana.
Not really. She's not known as an outside shooter.
Boy, was that pretty, though. Romps spinning, now drives. Thought she had a shot, thought better of it. Closely guarded there by the unflappable Sarah Muir. Montplacer drives, kicks near side to Pettis. Pettis' 3, long off the back iron. Lana the rebound to Lila. Lila quickly into the front court to Sarah Muir. Back to Lila, swings it over to Kate Allard on the near side. Kate with the left hand to Lana. Lana drives into the paint. Had it knocked away from her. They said it went off her knees, and it'll be Portsmouth ball back the other way. This one, for all intents and purposes, is a home game for the Clippers. A huge student section here tonight, and you can see Montplacer just got her hand on the ball and apparently knocked it off Alana's kneecap. Ball far side to Lombardi. Lombardi driving left hand, comes straight up against Lila Stein, and they say Lila got her. Lila did leave her feet, so that is what the foul is. It'll be Lombardi going to the line and shooting 2.
She did indeed leave her feet. If she had stayed pushed, she might have drawn the offensive.
Hoping for the block, couldn't get it. First one made by Lombardi. Halfway home here in the first. Bedford, the 1 seed, taking on Portsmouth, the 4. And the second one out of the hands of Lombardi, also good. We're now knotted up 4 apiece. In case you missed the pregame interview, Bedford went out early in the matchup, regular season matchup against Portsmouth. They led them 21-3. Portsmouth clawed back, made a game of it. That 3 by Lila, no good. Long rebound, Lombardi, and back the other way comes Portsmouth. Pettis, far side. Montplacer, pink shoes, tries to dribble past Sarah Muir, and now spins around, nothing doing. Tried to go down low to McCannell. Great steal by Lana McCarthy, and Bedford back the other way. Great court vision, Kate Allard. And Kate found Sarah Muir down low, and Sarah got assaulted and will go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, for a split second there, it looked like Muir was all alone, but she paused just enough to get herself set on the shot, and she got hacked.
Yeah,
Big
she got
time
hacked
by
pretty good.
Montplacer.
So Sarah to the line, shoot a pair. 3:19 left here in the first, tied at 4. That one off the back iron, just a little strong. And the second one from Sarah is good, and the Bulldogs now lead 5-4. Back the other way. Starters both in for both teams. Romps' deep 3 is good. Avery Romps gives Portsmouth a 7-5 lead. That our first lead change. Now Kate Allard, will she answer back? And a 3 well short. Uncharacteristic.
Yeah, shooting is off for the Bulldogs today. We're going to get a scoring update, or stat update, I should say, at halftime from our statistician Connor Daniels. But you just know that shooting percentage is pretty low right now for Bedford.
It is absolutely low. Romps spins in the paint and got nicked by Allard. Somehow got the little floater to fall, and she will go to the line and shoot an and 1. And the Bulldogs now chasing a deficit. I don't know when the last time I saw them trailing a game was.
The Bulldog number 20, Kate Allard first.
Romps' free throw, no good. Rebound, Kate. Back the other way come the Bulldogs into the front court to Annie Zink. Now to Lila. Lila straight up top, far side. Somehow got away with a pass off the back of Allard. And now Lila slowing things down a little bit to Annie Zink. Annie looking around, finds Lana up top. Lana dribbling right hand, takes it herself off the glass, no good. Rebound to Pettis. And Pettis running the fast break for the Clippers. Now back near side. Three taken and made by Mackenzie Lombardi. She's got 5. And the Bulldogs trail at 12-5. They had a 5-4 lead. And Portsmouth is on an 8-0 run.
Shooting percentage playing a big role here for Bedford. They're not getting in their shots to fall, can't hit from the outside, and really having trouble inside as well. Portsmouth has been pretty aggressive on the defense. Bedford's just got to find a way to focus on getting that shot away and not worry about getting hit on the way up. Hey, if you're listening to us today on the radio or watching us on BC TV, don't forget we're going to have the boys semifinal here at Exeter. It's going to be a 5:30 tip-off as they take on Nashua North, the number 3 seed, Bedford, the number 2 seed. Of course, Bedford's the defending boys champs, looking to win one more here for the senior-laden squad. I'm sure they'd like to go out with another, I was going to say ring, but they don't really give out rings.
Yep. You know, if you win 2 in a row, maybe you get a ring made, right? Muir dribbling, or check that, Stein dribbling, loses the ball, knocked away there by Portsmouth. Bedford's got a Portsmouth player down. They got a man advantage for you hockey guys. Lana with a 3 from straight away, no good. Kate Allard will fight for that rebound, but I think we're going to have a foul. I thought it was going to be on Portsmouth on the box out by Pettis, and instead they say it's on Annie Zink.
Yeah, that's kind of an unusual call there because Zink was getting bumped out by Romps.
Annie was getting manhandled pretty well at that point. And odd to see the foul called on Annie when you're getting moved back out of the way. But the Bulldogs got to keep their composure here. They trail 12-5. 1:40 left here in the first. Down low, shot missed. Allard on the fast break for Bedford. Got to do it 1 bucket at a time, right? Kate swings near side Lila. Lila dribbling with the right, now crosses over to Annie Zink. Annie with the left hand off the glass, and Annie drives, gets the bucket. She had 14 last time out against the Clippers. She's got 2 tonight, narrows that to 12-7.
Yeah, she found a lane to take off through. Was able to get it off the glass.
1 bucket at a time, 1 stop at a time, and that's really going to be the name of the game for Bedford. They trail 12-7 now, a minute left here in the first quarter. And Sarah Muir flies out of the way. Might have been a little left hand, but regardless, the bucket still counts. Lana McCarthy misses the shot. Tried to follow the rebound on the air ball, but you can't do that if you're the one who shot it. And as a result, it'll be Portsmouth ball. Bedford turns it over. The last bucket for Portsmouth, I should say, credited to Margaret Montplacer. And if I was to describe anything, Harry, in the first 7 minutes and 12 seconds of this, Portsmouth is ready for a physical game. Bedford is not.
Maybe it goes back to avoiding getting into foul trouble, that Bedford is playing a little soft while Portsmouth is coming in hot and heavy, playing a very physical game, and the officials seem to allow it on that side of the court, not so much on the Bedford side.
Yep, they certainly are not, and as a result, Portsmouth losing the ball, hectic for them. Lila Stein steals. Lila looking at Sarah Muir, decides against it. Now
she should have took that shot.
Yeah, should have just taken it herself. Tried to find Annie Zink up top. The ball stolen there by Bridget Emery. And back the other way come the Clippers. About 15 seconds left here in the first. Lana just got away with a foul and entry pass down low. Emery converts, and now Portsmouth leads 16-7. Bedford trying to get a late bucket. Sarah Muir into the paint. Floater is good. Sarah with a bucket. She's got 3. And Portsmouth will not get off a shot before the end of the first. So after the first 8 minutes, Bedford is getting run up and down the court. They led 5-4. And Portsmouth, with a big run against them, winds up leading after the first 8 minutes, 16-9.
And leading scorer in this game so far is Margaret Montplacer with 6 points. Mackenzie Lombardi, she's got 5. Avery Romps with 3. And Bridget Emery with 2 on the Bedford side. Lana McCarthy with 4 points. Sarah Muir with 3. Annie Zink with 2.
Got to say, a little surprised by the way things have gone. Bedford, for a team that has been here and done that for a long time, came came into this game as the odds-on favorite with how they've been able to play against everybody to this point this season. Well, when you come out and you're playing a little bit tight, and that would be the best way to describe what we've seen from them in the first 8 minutes.
Earlier today, Pinkerton was the victor over Londonderry.
Okay, I was wondering about that.
So they punched their ticket into the final, which will be, I think, on Saturday evening at Lundholm Gym at UNH. Both of these teams hoping to join them in that game.
Saturday evening, you said. Do we have a start time? We don't
Not
know.
yet.
Andrew Fenn waving us off.
You're saying it might not even be at Lundholm?
It's going to be at TD Garden. Don't listen to me. I know nothing, clearly. 16-9 Portsmouth. Start of quarter number 2. Ball far side. Sarah Muir. Sarah looks near side to Mel McCarthy. Now kicks out to Kate Allard, and Bedford didn't like what they were getting. Both McCarthy sisters in. Lana playing outside. Mel playing in. Bedford going a little bit bigger with this lineup. Now ball far side, Lila Stein. Mel McCarthy drives, kicks to Lila. They just can't get anything going down low, really. Bedford trailing by 7. Kate Allard, baseline jumper, no good. Rebound, Lana McCarthy can't get it to fall, but this time she does. Gets the bucket. Lana with half a dozen. The Bulldogs cut to 16-11.
And Lana was being a little more aggressive there. I think they're going to ratchet up the aggressive play here just a little bit to respond to what Portsmouth is doing.
She hasn't committed any fouls yet, so she has a little bit of slack, as it were. You don't want to start playing with reckless abandon, but you can also start gambling a bit more, and she does.
Like
Steals the ball, does Lana. She'll lead the fast break, left-hand dribble, winds up looking down low to Lila Stein, and Lila got bumped from behind. That one looked like it's going to be on Montplacer. We'll see if the official agrees with me. Indeed, he does.
And speaking about foul trouble, Montplacer picking up her second.
And she's not one, if you're Portsmouth, you really want to lose. Montplacer out, Pettis in, and Zink in, McCarthy out. Mel, I should say, not Lana. Mel doing a good job in 1:13, playing a little inside-outside ball for the Bulldogs. Now, inbound pass to Lila Stein. They certainly were. Back near side to Sarah. Sarah Muir up top to Annie Zink. Had a notion at a 3. Instead, she drives left hand high off the glass. No good. Rebound, McCannell. And Portsmouth back the other way. Bedford trails 16-11, 6:30 left in the first. And a foul called. We'll see if Gail Bird's got a replay for us on that one.
It was Lana pushing her own player. Watch this.
And I don't even know where there's a foul there. It's just incidental contact.
All she did was she put 2 hands up, one on a Bedford player, one on a Portsmouth player.
I don't know.
And she
Was the
up
foul on Lana or was the foul on Kate Allard?
It was on Allard.
Okay, thank
Here's
you.
her second.
Okay, so Kate's got 2. That may be a little bit of trouble. Now down low, Sarah Muir the steal, and she's off to the races. Right hand off the glass, good for Sarah. The Bulldogs on a 6-0 run. She's got 5, and the Bulldogs cut the 9-point lead down to 3 with about 6 minutes left here in the first.
One thing Bedford's doing right, forcing a lot of turnovers here. Portsmouth's lost the ball quite a few times here. Let's keep that pressure up.
Romps crossover, wild shot, misses. Lila the rebound, leading the fast break for Bedford to Annie far side. Her 3 is good, and we're tied at 16. And Hopley calls a timeout. Bulldogs on a 9-0 run, giving Portsmouth a taste of their own medicine from the first time these two teams met up.
And the Bulldogs finally finding that shooting touch. Zink left alone at the 3-point line, got that first 3-pointer for the Bulldogs.
Man, oh man, right when you need it, Annie checks in with that clutch 3. And it was almost like she didn't quite have too good a footing. She didn't have that much space. We're going to watch Sarah Muir like a greyhound at the track chasing the rabbit.
Great anticipation there on that steal.
She jumped the route, caught the rabbit.
Exactly.
There we go. Big bucket there. And then the Bulldogs get that 3 out of the hand of Annie Zink. She didn't have a whole lot of space to shoot it, but man, was she comfortable and confident. So Bedford trailed 16-7 deep in the first. Now we're knotted up at 16 apiece.
Game of streak so far. Portsmouth had the first one. Now Bedford with their 9-0 streak of their own.
Portsmouth went on an 8-0 run to give them that 16-7 margin. Back action going on. Dribbling is Lombardi, and they say that she travels. It'll be Bulldog ball, an unforced error by the Clippers. And the Bulldogs trying to get their first lead since they led it 5-4. Far side, Annie to Lila down in the far corner. Lana sets her a pick, little pick and roll. Lana now kicks to her sister Mel along the baseline. Sarah Muir back near side to Annie. Thought about a three, thought better of it. Mel
beautiful.
with a left hand dribble, right hand off the glass. It's good. It's not fair when you have two McCarthy sisters. The Bulldogs on an 11-0 run, lead 18-16.
Really aggressive to the hole, Mel McCarthy right there. No fear at all.
Boy, she has aged years in one basketball season. Now a wild drive by Portsmouth.
What are they calling here?
And look, I don't know whether they called a charge or said she was out of bounds, but regardless, and indeed they say on Avery Romps was the call. For her, it's her first, and the Bulldogs on another turnover get the ball back, trying to increase that 18-16 lead. I don't know what Gibbs said, but man, whatever he said, I want to be able to channel it when I need my kids to clean their rooms. Mel far side to Annie, now to Lana. Lana getting absolutely pulled back, hands under both arms to Annie. Thought about a three, down low to Lana, tough matchup. Now to Sarah, baseline three, no good. Mel the rebound, right hand, rattles off the back iron, no good. Lana can't come up with the rebound. And it will be Portsmouth Clipper ball. Lombardi in her pink shoes will cross the timeline. Bedford leads 18-16. 4:10 left here in the first half. Near side, Emery's three, no good, off the back iron. Lombardi over the back on Lila Stein.
Come on.
And that a bit of a violent foul, to say the least. Our TV fans can watch the replay, but there is attempting to rebound and there is attempting to injure, and I think that would go into the latter category.
I mean, it was a great tackle if this were the D1 football final.
If it were NCAA football, you might have got called for a horse collar, the old Roy Williams rule. Up top to Mel, dribbling with the left. Gets a little bit of space. Now to Sarah, far side, to Lana down low with the left hand. It's good. She's fouled. Will go to the line for the and one. And I was going to say, at what point are you going to permit that amount of contact on the body to Lana McCarthy? Yes, she's the bigger player, but you still have to give her an opportunity to take a shot.
Well, they finally gave up a foul here to Bedford.
Free throw missed, rebound taken by Combs. Bedford leads 20-16, a 13-0 run for the Bulldogs. Great D, Sarah Muir. A little bit of push with the left hand. Sarah the steal, and the finish is good for Sarah. She's got 7. The Bulldogs now up 22-16, a 15-0 run for Bedford.
That was a great adjustment, too, by Muir, getting the ball a bit behind her head to get the layup to work.
She has
in tight on the basket.
Such a ceiling, such an athletic, tenacious, smart player. Can't say enough about Sarah. Ball kicked far side to Emery for Portsmouth. She travels, a little bit too much head fake, little bunny hop in the pea patch over there, and the Bulldogs with a 15-0 run. Portsmouth calls another timeout, trying to increase that lead. 3:03 left here in the first half.
Portsmouth yet to get on the score sheet here in the second quarter. Bulldogs able to shut them down fully.
Now, of course, a lot of these players familiar with one another. Combs was the goalkeeper on the Portsmouth High soccer team. Romp's also a player on that soccer team. Annie Zink, of course, played soccer for the Bulldogs this season. So there's familiarity, and there's also, of course, an axe to grind for the Bulldogs, seeing as how they went down in the semis to Portsmouth right here at Exeter, of course, on the pitch, not on the hardwood.
Bulldogs ball inbound. Lila Stein brings it over the timeline.
Crosses the timeline, gets it over to Annie to Sarah Muir. Sarah kicks to Lana. 3, no good. It'll be an air ball. Annie Zink picks up the scraps, converts with the left hand. It's good. Annie's got 7. The Bulldogs on a 17-0 run after trailing 16-7. Ball far side to Romps, to Emery up top. Emery directing traffic, can't get a whole lot going on. To Lombardi far side, and Portsmouth having a very difficult time getting any penetration. And that one, a foul called on Lila Stein as Lombardi was trying to get around her. That's Lila's second.
Second team foul this quarter on Bedford. There are 4 team fouls on Portsmouth, so one more will put the Bulldogs into the bonus. Little change up here. Megan Muir coming in.
A little bit of sister act going on. We got 2 McCarthys and 2 Muirs out there on the court. We hadn't seen a whole lot of that until the other night.
Lila Stein comes out of the game. Like I said, she has 2 fouls.
And then they I guess we're not allowed to make that substitution. Megan back to the scorer's table. Not quite certain why that is, but Megan waiting patiently. Lila remaining on the court as our official walks over to the table to have a conversation.
Not sure why the delay.
You and me both.
That foul was on the Clippers, so we cover. Check that.
Now the official explaining it to Coach Gibbs.
And there we go. Yeah, now Megan in, Lila out. The difference for the game for the Bulldogs was when they brought Mel McCarthy in, and all of a sudden you couldn't collapse everything on Lana. You have to pay attention to the other bigger player. And Mel, a different style of player than Lana, but she's not small either. Now dribbling with the left, Romps, ball knocked away by Sarah Muir. Up top to Combs, now back near side, Lombardi dribbling with the left hand, tenacious D. Jack Black would be proud of Annie Zink right now. With the left hand, Montplacer, shot missed, fast break, Lana to Mel on the fast break with the right hand, takes her time getting up, and they will say that she traveled. Little stutter step for Mel, good idea. Sister finding sister, but unable to convert the Bulldogs. And I misspoke earlier, it was not Montplacer, it was Pettis who made the drive and missed the shot for the Clippers. Ball near side, Combs looks back up top to Pettis. Pettis crossover dribble guarded by Megan Muir to Emery, far side. Now back up top to Lombardi. Portsmouth having a real hard time getting anything going. And a little give and go. Combs with the left hand, shot no good. Lana the rebound. Megan Muir with it into the front court. Megan back up top to Annie Zink. Annie taking her time, dribbling with the left. Looks, finds Megan. Megan drives, kicks right side. 3 from her sister, Sarah, is good. Sarah now has 10, and the Bulldogs on a 20-0 run, lead 27-16. 1:05 left here in the first. Romps dribbling with the right, crossover far side to Pettis. Pettis with the left, into the trees with the left hand, can't get it to fall. A foul called, we'll see on whom. And they say Megan Muir, no worries for the Bulldogs. Megan just came in, that's her first. And to the line to try to score the first points of the second quarter for the Clippers is Sid Pettis.
And she does it, she breaks the shutout.
Off the Schneid.
Broke the seal.
In case you're just joining us, Bedford trailed 16-7 early. Pettis makes the second. Went on a 20-0 run and was just leading 27-16. Now lead by 9, 27-18. Ball kicked far side to Lana McCarthy, and they will call a block there. I believe that one's on Combs, and indeed that is her second. And the Bulldogs will inbound the ball underneath.
Well, they're going to put Lana on the line. That's the 5th foul. It's a bonus situation here for the Bulldogs. 5 team fouls on Portsmouth in this quarter.
It is rare that you see a team get to 5 1/4 with this new rule. And also surprising with the Bulldog, I guess. It is rare that you see a team get to 5. I haven't seen much of it at all. It's really helped the pace of play. this season. Lana's second, no good. She's now 1 of 4 from the charity stripe. Portsmouth back the other way. 40 seconds remain here in the first half. Romps into the paint. Left hand is good. Avery Romps, she's got 7. 28-20 Bedford. And Annie Zink will run point for the Bulldogs to Muir on the near side to Sarah. Sarah into the paint. Got hacked. No call. Bulldog ball.
Wow.
We'll see if we can get a replay out of Dale Bird. Yep. Sarah driving into the paint and wound up just getting bumped by Emery. And a basket there for the Bulldogs. Didn't see who got that one for Bedford, but it makes it 30-20 with about 15 seconds left here in the first. Connor Daniels will set me straight on who had that last bucket for Bedford. Lombardi drives, gets it to Romps up top. 5 seconds left in the first. Romps had the ball partially blocked. Muir winds up getting it and gets it to her sister Megan off the glass. No good, can't get it to fall. Man, you talk about what would have been a bonus point for the Bulldogs, but unable to get that one to fall was Megan Muir. And after our first 16 minutes of basketball, it's Bedford 30 and Portsmouth 20. Connor Daniels, who had our last basket for the Bulldogs in the first half?
Number 31. I'm not sure her name off
That's
the top.
Lana McCarthy.
Lana McCarthy, there you go. Put my head down for a second, I lost it. Thank you.
No problem.
We were busy watching the replay when
We were watching the replay of Sarah Muir getting hit hard. So,
well, that was the Lana McCarthy quarter. She got 7 points in the second alone. Add that to her 4 in the first. She's got 11.
we will not steal Connor's thunder, though. We're going to let Connor go through any of the stats you got. Hit it, brother. Let's go. What do you got?
So Bedford shots are 15 of 39. Threes, 2 of 9. Free throws, 2 of 6. Offensive rebounds sit at 6. Defensive rebounds sit at 8. For Portsmouth, they sit at 11 of 23 in shots, 2 of 4 from 3, 4 of 5 from free throws, defensive rebounds 5, no offensive rebounds.
So and the big difference, I think, in this from the first to the second half is just a shooting percentage. Bedford couldn't hit anything in that first quarter, and they were starting to nail them in the second. Exactly.
It made a big change in the scoreboard once they started capitalizing on their chances.
The difference has been the turnovers. The Bulldogs, the quick math on your numbers, 38% is what Bedford's shooting. Portsmouth's shooting 48%. So they're shooting the ball better. Bedford's been able to steal the ball. Bedford has controlled the defensive glass. Those two things have gotten us to where we are right now. Of course, Bedford, the story in the game, trailed 16-7, I should say, then went on a 20-0 run, and that's gotten us to where we are. Harry, you alluded to it. Lana with 11, Sarah Muir with 10, Annie Zink 7, Mel McCarthy with a pair, and for Portsmouth, leading the way, Avery Romp, she's got 7, Mackenzie Lombardi with 5, 4 for Margaret Montplacer, 2 for Bridget Emery, as well as 2 for Sid Pettis, and that gets us to where we are, 30-20. Connor, any thoughts before? Are we sending it back or are we staying?
We're going to take a quick break,
right.
but Connor, go right ahead. Let's hear from you.
I'm just thinking this is going to be a defensive-minded game all the way through, and it could be anybody coming out on top with the way this game's been going.
Well, there you go.
Thanks, Connor. We got about 9.5 minutes before second half begins. We're going to take a quick break on the radio side. We'll come right back here. Bedford 30, Portsmouth 20. You're watching playoff girls basketball on BCTV and listening to Bedford 105.1.
Welcome back to the Exeter High School gym. Lauren Fox alongside Harry Kozlowski. The Bedford Bulldogs, the #1 seed in the Division I Girls High School Basketball Championship, leading the Portsmouth Clippers by the score of 30-20. Andrew Fenn, our cameraman, for those who are watching on TV, and for those who are listening on the radio, well, it's irrelevant to you who our cameraman is. But what is relevant is the fact that the Bulldogs had their biggest deficit of the season, trailed 16-7 early in that first quarter, and somehow managed to right the ship. Went on a 20-0 run, Harry. At one point led 27-16. And where things stand for us at the end of the first half, a 30-20 lead for Bedford. But it has really been a tale of two halves. Portsmouth an 8-0 run, Bedford a 20-0 run, and that's largely got us to where we are.
And that's going to be the difference in this game if the Bulldogs hang on to win it. 10 points down with a half to go isn't really, an insurmountable deficit for the Clippers, but Bedford showed that they could shut the Clippers down, match their physical play, and improve their shooting from the court, so much so that they nearly shut the Clippers out in that second quarter.
Yeah, Portsmouth didn't score until about a minute left in the second. They got 2 off a pair of made free throws by Sid Pettis and 2 from Avery Romps, and that was about the extent of it for Portsmouth. But Bedford big in that second quarter, and that's gotten us to where we are. Bedford in that second quarter outscored Portsmouth 21-4, which, if you're going back to the regular season, Bedford led early against the Clippers 21-3. Portsmouth went on a big run 22-10 in the second, and it was nip and tuck from there until the Bulldogs finally won by half a dozen. Well, this one really truly flipped the script on that previous game.
I think one of the switches that got flipped was putting Mel McCarthy on the floor in the second.
Couldn't agree with you more. So Mel came in, for those who don't know the McCarthy sisters, Lana's 6'4", a little bit of more of an interior player than Mel is. Mel's 6 feet 6'1", and can kind of stretch the floor out a little bit, and it really gave the Bulldogs an opportunity to get some stuff done down in the paint, and now they lead by 10. Now the ball down low, right hand is good. Montplacer gets a bucket. She has half a dozen for Portsmouth. Bedford leads 30-22. Kate Allard back in the game for the Bulldogs. An odd stat. Kate doesn't have any points yet. Growth mindset. Ball far side. Annie Zink thought about it, and then winds up getting it down low to Kate. And that's the broadcaster's jinx right there, except the other way. She heard me. She got a bucket. Kate, 28 now from 1,000 in her career. Now Romps dribbles, loses the ball, stuck on the floor, winds up getting it to her teammate Pettis, down low. McCannell turns it over to Kate Allard, back the other way, the Bulldogs. Now Lila Stein, a jumper just inside the 3, no good. Great rebound, Kate, she's fouled. Going up with a shot, and she'll go to the line, shoot a pair, try to increase the biggest lead of the game the Bulldogs have had.
Waiting to see who they call this on. Might be on Romps. Yes, it is. Her first foul. No, they show a first foul. Actually, she has 2, but the scoreboard shows 1.
Kate's first one looked good, but rimmed out. Where you just take a deep breath, reset, hit the back end. And the second one from Kate, nothing but the bottom of the net. For the Bulldogs, the other slight advantage they have now, their offensive end early in the game, the first half, was where the Portsmouth student section is now. Now they are with the calmer parents. Romps' shot, no good.
Relatively
calmer. You're leading the fast break for the Bulldogs. Thought Kate Allard was making a charge to the basket, and pass was just a little bit ahead of her on the bounce pass.
You hate to see a wasted possession like that, an unforced turnover, wasting possession. You got to try to score on everything. Every time you get the ball.
Dribbling with the right hand, Montplacer, a little floater, no good. Back the other way, Sarah Muir after collecting the rebound. At one point in the first half, we had both Muir sisters and both McCarthy sisters. Annie Zink loses the ball, tie up on the floor. Lila Stein fighting for it, and they say the Bulldogs get the arrow. It'll be their ball underneath. 6:16 left here in the third. Bedford leads 33-22. Annie Zink trying to find somebody, finds Lila Stein in the far corner. Lila near side, Kate Allard. Kate guarded closely by Avery Romps, dribbling with the right hand. Romps kind of shoves her out of the way into the corner. Lana with the left hand hook is good. Lana's got 13. Somebody tell the PA guy her name is Lana, not Lana. And the Bulldogs, their biggest lead of the game, biggest lead for either team, 35-22. Up top, down low, McCannell with it. trying to move McCarthy. Lana gets the block and the board. Now she's leading the charge. Dribbling left hand to Sarah Muir up top. Lila near side. Lila through the legs. Kicks far corner. Sarah. Now Kate near side, near baseline to Lana. Thought about it, thought better of it. Crossover dribble. Double team comes. And they will call an offensive foul on Lana. And Margaret Montplacer pops up with a huge smile on her face. She knows she just drew a charge, but man,
she was moving when she made contact with McCarthy.
It is a player control foul, is the official title of it, but Lana wasn't out of control. She's got to be able to make a move to the hoop.
Right, she was just trying to get to the bucket. Montplacer stepped in front of her, but the officials just gave her the call.
And she knew she had done what she was trying to do. The old Derek Fisher drawing the charge.
They've got her listed as 2 fouls. I only have her listed as 1.
I only had her as 1 too, but
I think they might have given Romps fouled her.
Who knows? Like, yeah. So regardless,
because they had Romps down for 1, we have her down for 2.
They've got Lana McCarthy with a pair. Avery Romps, unless I'm missing something, Romps has 2. So regardless, something misassigned, but might want to get that squared away. Kevin Gibbs has 3 assistant coaches. Hopefully somebody keeping an eye on such things. Pettis dribbles into the front court. Now on the curl comes Montplacer. The shot blocked by McCarthy. Portsmouth recovers. Romps' 3, no good. Ball rattles around. Zink on the fast break. Muir to Lila Stein, who gets the ball blocked there by Pettis and might have got fouled for her troubles, but no call there. And it'll be Bulldog ball underneath. Bedford leads 35-22, 4:58 left in the third.
Trying to find an inside.
Inbound to Kate. Kate hit there a little bit by Avery Romps, and they wind up calling a travel.
Oh, no, they said she stepped on the baseline, but she got pushed.
Man, yeah.
She got pushed out of bounds.
Look at this one. Kate,
watch this. Look at that. Look at that body contact.
Both hands and a body, but regardless, they're letting them play hockey today. Jason Bergeron would be very happy. Ball up top, Montplacer with it. Back near side. McCannell, now Pettis, down low to Lombardi, and McCannell's jumper no good. Lila Stein the rebound. Bedford on top by 13. 4:25 left to go here in the third. Down low, Lana McCarthy double teamed to Sarah Muir, far side. The 3 no good. Lana the rebound and gets body against McCannell. Can't get the shot to fall. Picks up her own. Can't get
come on.
Can't get that to fall. Instead finds Kate Allard, and Kate will have an opportunity to convert the and 1 after getting hit there by Lombardi.
Actually, that was Romps holding on to her. That should be her 3rd foul. They have showed 2, but we have her down for 3.
Yeah, I have.
And she was on Allard's arm for the ride.
Kate's free throw is good. Kate's got half a dozen. The Bulldogs lead by 16, 38-22. And the boisterous Portsmouth Clippers student section has quieted down quite a bit. Now down low on the curls, Montplacer misses a chippy and winds up getting the ball knocked out of bounds by Lana McCarthy. Portsmouth ball underneath. Bedford leads 38-22, 3:58 left in the third.
And Portsmouth has been shut out since scoring the first bucket of this quarter.
Montplacer, another opportunity, gets that one to fall. She's got all 4 for the Clips here in the third. Bedford leads 38-24. Annie dribbles into the front court. Lana sets her a pick. Little jumper just inside the 3-point line from Annie is no good. Romps the rebound back the other way. Sarah Muir doing a great job knocking the ball away and then creating the tie-up on the floor. And they will say it is a jump ball. It will be Portsmouth ball, but at least you get the arrow.
But Muir was able to get the ball, though. She actually had possession of the ball when the thumbs went up.
The only thing is when she rolls on that, now you get a travel. So that winds up benefiting the Bulldogs. It's either a jump or a travel right there, I would think.
Well, at least they get the arrow back.
You get the arrow back. Lombardi dribbling into the corner, guarded closely by Sarah Muir. Man, love watching her play. Kate Allard straight up with a block on Lombardi, but she is called for the foul. See if Dale Bird has a little bit of replay for us. And indeed, Sarah's D and the help D coming from Kate. And the contact didn't look like it got initiated by Kate. It looked like it was the leg of the driving Lombardi, who will go to the line and shoot two.
No, but
first one no good.
That does give Allard 3 fouls. She is in the deepest foul trouble here on the Bedford bench, and she is going to the bench right now.
Kate
and
out, Mel in. And as they would say on the playground, the die never lies. Lombardi missed the first, made the second. Bedford's lead cut to 13, 38-25. Annie with it. Bedford's got to kind of figure things out. It was somewhat uncomfortable as Annie Zink had the ball and was trapped in by the sideline and the half-court line, but she wound up getting fouled there by Pettis, and that is Pettis' first. So it'll be Bedford inbounding the ball on the near side, leading by 13, 3:14 remaining in the third. Now Lila with it. Dribbling, crosses over into the paint, kicks far side to Annie. Three-pointer off the glass, no good. Rebound McCannell. And back the other way come the Clippers. 3 minutes left here in the third. Mom Placer with the right hand. Shot off the glass is good. She's got half a dozen in the third. And now the Bulldogs see their lead cut 38-27. Ball up top, Lila Stein. Bedford can afford to take a little bit of time, and you have both McCarthy sisters in. You can play that inside-outside game. They are playing so well early. Sarah Muir on the curl, misses the shot. Rebound, Portsmouth back the other way. Montplacer, her jumper, no good. Rebound, Lila Stein for the Bulldogs. Now to Annie Zink. And Annie will slow things down a little bit for the Bulldogs, leading 38-27. Jumper taken and made, a big three by Annie Zink to stop the bleeding, and she's got 10. The Bulldogs lead 41-27.
That was a much-needed bucket. Bedford had gone cold for a few minutes there.
They had led by 17. The lead was cut to 11. Now it's 14. Just past the 2-minute mark left in the third. Deep three, romps, no good. McCarthy the rebound. Might have got fouled there by Lombardi. Regardless, Bulldogs on the fast break. Muir to Stein underneath. Can't convert, gets the rebound. Now to Mel McCarthy in the paint. And Mel gets it to fall, and the Bulldogs now lead 43-27. On a little 5-0 mini run, about a minute and a half left here in the third. Now driving, Montplacer, no good. Stein with the rebound for the Bulldogs to Annie Zink. Annie crossing over, looks near side to Sarah Muir. Sarah being patient, thought about Mel down low, instead to Lana up top. Lana had the ball stolen from her. Might have gotten away with one to the Clippers, and now Pettis with the ball in the front court for Portsmouth. Pettis dribbling left hand, ball stolen there by Annie Zink, I should say. Big outlet pass from Lana, and now the left hand from Lila Stein is good. Stein, her first points of the game. The Bulldogs have their biggest lead, 45-27. 45 seconds remain here in the third. Montplacer dribbling, guarded by McCarthy. She'll try to beat her off the dribble or not. Looks into the corner to Lombardi. And Lombardi tried to find romps down low, and they will say a foul committed by Sarah Muir. That is Sarah's first. It's impressive when you have a player like Sarah Muir, who's as intense as she is, who doesn't commit a whole lot of fouls. Montplacer up top, guarded closely by Zink. Annie doing a great job, always 100% energy from Annie Zink. Now Montplacer spins, tried to find McCannell. Sarah Muir the steal, gets it to Mel. Another fast break for the Bulldogs. Lila Stein, a jumper is good for Lila. She's got 4. Bulldogs lead by 20, 47-27. And we'll see what Portsmouth can answer back with.
Bulldogs
Rob's dribbling into the front court, loses the ball, and now the Bulldogs on a 9-0 run, as you just mentioned, will have a chance to put an exclamation point on the third, leading by 20. Annie Zink, 4 seconds. Lana into the paint. Right hand off the glass is good. And that will do it for Bedford in the third. They led 30-20 at the end of the first half, I should say, and outscored Portsmouth 19-7 in the third, and now lead 49-27.
You know, there was a moment in the middle of this quarter where Bedford went a little cold from the court, and Portsmouth was able to cut the lead down to a manageable number. But that 9-0 run, now 11-0 run, just put the foot on the gas, as Coach Gibbs likes to say, and pulled away. And now they're sitting here with a 22-point lead with 8 minutes to play. And you know, you never want to take your foot off the gas, but you know they can afford to slow the game down a little bit and not give up as many opportunities for the Clippers to score, because they're capable of scoring in bunches.
This is crazy. They sure can. Now, Bedford early in the game trailed 16-7 if you're joining us late. That was late in the first. And the Bulldogs have now gone on a 42-11 run that spanned more than 16 minutes of clock time.
A fabulous turnaround right there. That included a couple of minutes of, like I said, of just downtime. The Bulldogs unable to buy a bucket for a few minutes in that third quarter. Let's recap the scoring, and I have a feeling you and I have different numbers, so let's figure out what we got here. I've got Annie Zink down for 10, Lila Stein for 4, Sarah Muir with 10.
Yep, got that. I got half a dozen for Kate.
Kate Allard, yeah, she's got 6.
Yep.
Yeah, I put her on the wrong line there, but yeah, it's Kate's score. Melody with 4, Mel McCarthy, and Lana McCarthy with 15.
I had her with 13, but your numbers are probably right. We'll take the over. Sarah Muir drives the baseline, can't get it to fall. Somehow comes up with a loose ball. Skip pass to Lila Stein. A 3 from the far side is good. She's got 7. The Bulldogs lead by 25, 52-27. And the student section for Portsmouth is silent. It's like church over there right now. Romps is 3 from the corner, good. I just woke him up. She's got 10, 52-30. She breaks the 14-0 run. Now to Lana McCarthy at the elbow to Sarah Muir. Sarah up top, Lila back far side to Annie Zink. Annie dribbling baseline, lost the ball. Turns out it was knocked away by Romps. And it will be Bulldog ball underneath. Kate in, Mel out. And Mel McCarthy, man, you talk about the contribution she is making as a freshman. Not a ton of points, but just really able to spread out the floor. It gives the Bulldogs a different look on offense. Montplacer knocks it away for Portsmouth across the timeline, but no matter. Bedford recovers it. Annie Zink dribbles into the front court for Bedford, loses the ball to Kate Allard, far side. Kate dribbling with the left. She loses it, and the steal made by Lombardi. Might have got away with a carry, but nothing called there. Emery with it for Portsmouth. Now looks to McCannell, and they call it on Lana McCarthy on that little entry pass to McCannell.
Go over the back call.
And that is not the smartest foul. You don't want to foul their big man 18 feet from the hoop.
She thought she could use her reach to knock the ball away, and almost did, but officials called her for the contact from the back.
6:35 left in the game. The Bulldogs lead by 22. Avery Romps, crossover dribble, deep 3 is no good off the front iron. Rebound to Emery, it's good. She has 4. Bedford's lead cut to 20. Now to the corner to Sarah Muir, and Sarah had an open 3 and then changed her mind, well, maybe a little bit late. Got called for a travel in the corner. Bedford an unforced error. After leading by 25, Portsmouth has scored the last 5, and now Bedford leads 52-32.
Yeah, the Bulldogs really don't have to be in a hurry on offense. They can afford to take a minute off the clock every time they have the ball.
Montplacer drives, Zink fouls her, although Annie's standing straight up. We'll see if Dale Bird's got a replay for us back at the studio. The man is in command. And Annie looked like she might have regained position, but if you're going to call that, it's somewhere along the line. She probably committed a foul. I don't know if it was on the shot regardless, but Montplacer's first free throw, no good.
And Zink has 2 fouls here with 6 minutes and 5 seconds left to play.
And the second one from Montplacer, good. She's got 11. 6 minutes remaining here in the game. The Bulldogs lead by 19, 52-33.
Big lead, but let's not give Portsmouth a chance to get an opening here.
Nah, if you're Bedford here, you want to do what you can. Get a good shot. Portsmouth is gambling on defense. Lila Stein's jumper from the elbow is good. Stein with 9, and the Bulldogs lead 54-33.
Yeah, take your time, but if they're going to give you an open shot, take it.
Dribbling and spinning, Montplacer shot no good. Lombardi's follow no good. Lila the rebound for Bedford. Into the front court quickly and got it to Annie Zink. And not sure.
A push on
Portsmouth,
somebody here.
A push there. Didn't see on whom yet.
Montplacer.
Montplacer's third.
Quick timeout here called by, I'm not sure, probably the Portsmouth coach.
Doesn't matter. Bulldogs
Doesn't
are
matter.
up 54-33.
Both teams get the timeout. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, 5:30 tip-off. We'll probably be on the air about 5:20. The boys, your number 2 seed in Division 1, defending champs. They're taking on the Nashua South Panthers, a team that gave them a pretty good fight in the regular season, just like these Portsmouth Clippers did for the Bedford girls. That's a 5:30 2 versus 3 contest for the chance to play in the D1 final. And Bedford, of course, a senior-laden team. They would like to go out with another championship under their belt.
And we saw it the year before, too. Nashua South gave Bedford fits during the regular season. And, of course, it is a well-coached team. It is a team that schemes well against Bedford. And for the Bulldogs, of course, they have a ton of talent. But you still got to get past that tough South team. And oh yeah, by the way, the late game, Pinkerton might be waiting for you too. So a couple tough obstacles on the way to a title. The Bedford Bulldog girls team leads 54-33, 5:20 left here in the game. Ball near side to Kate Allard. Bedford taking their time.
Yeah, I think Coach Gibbs told him to ease up on the scoring here, or at least scoring attempts. Just keep the possession, force Portsmouth to foul. Playing a little keep away here. If you don't have a shot clock, this is what you can do.
Force the issue a little bit, make Portsmouth maybe foul to at least make it so that there's an opportunity to try to get back in the game with free throws. Annie Zink's 3, no good. 4:50 left. Bedford up by 21.
It was a good shot. She was wide open, and she's a great three-point shooter. Definitely worth taking that one there. They took about 45 seconds off the clock. And, of course, right here, they take it right back. There's a foul not called on Montplacer.
Losing the ball, Lombardi. And back the other way on the fast break for the Bulldogs. Sarah Muir, she's got a dozen. And the Bulldogs lead by 23. Their second biggest lead of the game, I should say. They led by 25 earlier. Now they're up by 23. 3 from the far corner, nothing going for Portsmouth. Kate Allard the rebound, back the other way the Bulldogs. Deep pass from Allard to Lana McCarthy. Lana is fouled. Can't get the fast break bucket to go, but she'll go to the line and shoot 2.
I think that's Emery. She had a hand on her shoulder.
They gave the foul to Montplacer. That's her 4th. And my guess is that they would leave Montplacer out there as McCarthy makes the second free throw. You have her with 15, so I'm going to agree, or makes the first free throw, I should say. You have her with 15, so I'm going to say 16 now after that one.
Yeah.
Somewhere I missed one. The second one, no good. But I'm going to go with your number. Halfway home here in the 4th, 57-33 Bedford, leading by 24. Annie Zink, tough D, romps, shoots a 3, air ball for her, and it will be Bedford ball up by 2 dozen.
Yeah, I want to give an attagirl to Zink. The reason so many of these Portsmouth shots have been off the mark is that Zink just gives them no room at all to get set.
And Lila Stein called for travel, Portsmouth ball. She's quick enough that she lures them into thinking they have an open shot, gives them just that little bit of space, and she's like a velociraptor, you know?
Just closes on them.
She gets an opportunity, somebody goes up with a shot, and then Annie's on you. Like, you think you're safe and you're not.
Contact
May have been an
foul there.
offensive foul, but nothing called. Let them play. Lombardi swings back to Montplacer. Montplacer guarded by Muir. Spin move into the paint. Can't find anything. She's stuck in the trees. Left hand her, no good. Lana McCarthy the rebound for Bedford, and the Bulldogs will slow it down. About 3:15 left in the game, up by 24, 57-33. Sarah Muir, far side to Lila, now into the far corner to Annie. Annie behind the back, little flash to Lana McCarthy on the baseline. Might have gotten fouled.
Yeah, a little.
Misses the shot,
There,
gets
but she got
the
it.
rebound, finishes. She's got 18, and the Bulldogs lead 59-33.
And now it is the biggest lead of the game.
It certainly is, up by 26. And the Portsmouth faithful starting to make their way out of the gym. Not sure where you would go with 2.5 minutes left in the game. Sarah Muir jumps the route, gets the steal, is fouled, sent to the floor by Lombardi. And Muir will go to the line and shoot 2 for the Bulldogs. She's got 12.
Yeah, frustration foul there on the part of Lombardi.
2:32 remaining here in the game.
Sarah Muir at the line, shooting 2.
Bulldogs led 30-20 at the end of the first, and have outscored Portsmouth 29-13 in the second. And the first free throw missed by Sarah Muir. Out of the game, Lila Stein in Megan Muir. And the second one from Sarah, also no good. That's uncharacteristic.
Yeah, she was 1 for 3 on the evening.
Lombardi drives, gets a touch foul from Annie Zink. That's Annie's third, and it'll be Portsmouth ball inbounding underneath, with the Clippers chasing 26. Devlin McDonald also in for the Bulldogs. Kate Allard gets the rebound off the Portsmouth miss to Devlin on the fast break. Can't get it to fall. And Portsmouth comes up with the rebound. Montplacer back the other way. Had it knocked away. Got it to McCannell. And Sarah Muir winds up tying McCannell up. It will be a jump ball. Portsmouth gets it on the arrow. 2:09 remaining here in the game.
Isn't the
Bedford
rule
up by
that
26.
both players have to have both hands on the ball?
I don't know. I've
McCannell only
seen
had
it
one
where
hand on the ball.
I've seen it where it's literally if both players touch it, that works. And speaking of McCannell, she gets a bucket. That's her first of the game. 2 minutes remain. The Bulldogs up by 24, 59-35. Zink dribbling with the left. She gets hit.
Romps, I think, got that call.
And indeed, they say it's on Avery Romps. We have her with 4. The table has her with 3. I shrug my shoulders. Is what it is. Doesn't really matter. Zink dribbling, drives into the paint, kicks to Megan Muir near side. Megan's 3 is good. She's got 3. The Bulldogs lead by 27, 62-35. 1:34 left in the game. Romps with it, up top to McCannell, guarded by McDonald. Now looking down low, Allard fights for the ball, can't come up with it. Romps back near corner, Pettis' 3, in and out, no good. Allard the rebound for the Bulldogs, who lead by 27, slow things down a little bit, and a timeout called, and my guess is Kevin Gibbs wants to get some new faces into the game for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he was given the traveling signal. I guess he meant either speed it up or slow it down, or I'm not sure what that meant.
Regardless. It may also be, too, Portsmouth has some seniors. They may want to give a proper send-off, but regardless, a timeout called, and the Bulldogs lead by 27, 62-35.
Well, this has got to feel really good for the Bulldogs, like we were talking about before, and as Coach Gibbs said, you know, this Portsmouth team gave them a real hard time in the regular season. They were a real threat to, you know, knock them off before the finals. but the Bulldogs bore down, shook off a couple of rough spots, a couple of droughts, and really turned it on both on offense and defense, and have this enormous lead now, and they're going to coast into the final to play Pinkerton.
Ball knocked away by Romps. New faces into the game for the Bulldogs, Grace Wolf, as well as Ella Allard, the younger sister of Kate, in.
Some changes for Portsmouth as well.
And
a lot of emotion.
Yes, understandable. Players. Lombardi, Montplacer, and Romps, the three Clipper seniors heading out of the game. And they are tough players and strong players, and we wish them the best in college. Of course, they gave the Bulldogs quite a battle here tonight. Past the 1 minute mark remaining here in the game, down to Mel. Mel spins back near side to Ella, the freshman from the freshman. The shot no good. Mel fighting for it, can't come up with it. Back the other way comes Portsmouth. Whitcomb back near side to Fletcher, now down low to Bataki, back up top to Fletcher, and then back near side to Fancy. Fancy, also a senior, spins around. 25 seconds remaining here in the game. The Bulldogs on top by 27. Dribbling with the right hand, shot no good. Rebound to Megan Muir, loses it. And Portsmouth winds up with it anyway. Now the ball kicked back near side. Jumper from the baseline, no good. And it winds up going off the support. And Portsmouth turns it over. 10.6 seconds remain here in the game.
You know, that one shot a little bit before, it looked like a hook from three-point land.
A lot of arc underneath it. And Bedford content to just let the clock run out here. And your final in this one, the Bedford Bulldogs over the Portsmouth Clippers, 62-35. For Bedford, nervous time early in the game. They trailed 16-7 and then went on a 20-0 run. Portsmouth really didn't have an answer for them. And as a result, the final, Bedford went on that 20-0 run, went on another 11-0 run late. Actually, I should say 14-0 run. And the final score, 62-35. Running down the scores before we go through some stats with Connor Daniels. For Bedford, Lana McCarthy with 18, Sarah Muir with a dozen, Annie Zink 10, Lilo Stein with 9, Kate Allard 8, Mel McCarthy 4, and Megan Muir with 3. And on the other side for the Portsmouth Clippers, seniors Margaret Montplacer with 11, Avery Romps with 10, and 6 for Mackenzie Lombardi, also a senior, 4 for Bridget Emery, and 2 apiece for Maddie McCannell and Sid Pettis. Connor, buddy, what do you have for us on the stats?
So the Bedford Bulldogs finished shooting 30 for 75, 5 of 16 from 3, 6 of 13 from free throw line. They had 13 offensive rebounds and 19 defensive rebounds. On the Portsmouth side of things, they wrapped it up tonight with 19 of 57 in shooting, 3 of 11 from 3, 6 of 9 of free throws, and then there was 11 defensive rebounds and 5 offensive rebounds for Portsmouth.
So, okay, so Bedford wound up with 32 rebounds total. Yep. Portsmouth had 16, so there's a big difference in the game, right?
Yep.
And then the other thing, Portsmouth wound up shooting in the first half. What? They were, what do we say, 11 of 23. What were they in the game?
In the game, they wrapped up, for Portsmouth side, it was 19 of 57.
So, all right, so they were in the second half 8 of 34. So we'll do the quick math on that. Portsmouth shot 24% in the second half.
And a lot of that is the defensive pressure from players like Annie Zink.
Annie Zink and Sarah Muir, absolutely. So any further thoughts from you down there in Stat Row?
No, I think I'm good down here.
All right.
This wraps up the night pretty well.
Beautiful.
Yep. And we punched our ticket now for Saturday, and we're going to see these teams meet in the finals. The Pinkerton Astros, who defeated Londonderry earlier tonight, and of course your Bedford Bulldogs.
So Bedford avenges a very close game against Portsmouth the first time out. Winds up with a big win tonight, 62-35 over the Portsmouth Clippers. Our sincere thanks thanks to Dale Bird back at the studio for all his wonderful work on replays. It's magical. Connor Daniels for his excellent work on Stat Row. Andrew Fenn, great job as the cameraman as always. My color man, Harry Kozlowski. I'm Lauren Fox. Again, your final. The Bedford Bulldogs 62, the Portsmouth Clippers 35. You have been watching Bedford Bulldog basketball on BCTV and listening to it on Bedford 105.1.